right, welcome back, Brewer fans, to the Brew Crew Review podcast lucky number 13, hopefully. With me today is Scott, Vince, and hey, guys.
Hey, Craig.
And I think Chad is bowed out once again.
Well, he contacted me. Chad has apparently been celebrating Cinco de Mayo for the entire last week at a Taco Bell in West Dallas. So I don't know what that all entails or what sort of festivities that the West Dallas Taco Bell had planned for him, but Chad is celebrating Cinco de Mayo. So unfortunately, he won't have time to make it on our show today because he is in a festive mood, though it passed a week ago. Yep.
How'd you guys
maybe
Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, well, it was a good run.
Jeez, do anything fun?
I know you. No, but I was working DJing at the Safe House in downtown Milwaukee, and some Pittsburgh Pires fans came in, which normally upsets me, but this time there was a fairly attractive woman wearing a full late 70s Willie Stargell We Are Family era Pittsburgh Pirates uniform, including the painter hat or whatever you call it, and it did not anger me. So
yeah, did you try talking to her, ask her where she's from, Craig?
Yeah, I guess she was from Pittsburgh. So
okay, well, it's good that we know that. Good that we know that information.
Guard.
Yeah,
that caught me off guard. I didn't really have a follow-up question after that. So
good that we found that out.
It's a good icebreaker, though, for sure. I mean, it's probably the best.
Yeah, that's my number one icebreaker.
I didn't do
really
anything really
in the past.
Had a Negro Modelo. That was about it.
I did not do anything.
Okay. Yeah, very exciting for all of our followers to find out this information. All right, well, let's move on. In today's episode, we got to get to a fan email question. We've got our Step Up to the Plate 9 questions. Always fun times for all. Thanks again for everyone sending those emails. Keep them coming, and we'll promise to try to get to your emails. Once again, our email address is brewcrewreviewpodcast with an S at gmail.com. Please send those in. Today's email comes from Private Detective Mark Antoniak from Greenfield, Wisconsin. Also, if you guys can refrain from, I guess, using explicit language in your emails, we may have to edit them or not even be able to. But I mean, we'll give Mark a pass here. But here's Mark's question. The Brewers, hey guys, longtime fan of your show. And then he says something that starts with A, and then I'll leave it to your imagination. I can't repeat that on air. But anyway, so this is his question. Why don't the Brewers ever throw a no-hitter? It's been over 30 F-bombing years since the Brewers organization has thrown a no-hitter. Why do you guys think that is? Mark says that he's disappointed that he thought Ben Sheets was going to at least throw one no-hitter in his Brewer career, but did not happen. And he also wants us to comment on our thoughts on combined no-hitters. I know just this past week, the Los Angeles Dodgers, led by rookie Walker Buehler, threw a combined four-pitcher no-hitter down in Monterrey, Mexico, and the Brewers don't even do that. So he just wants to know what our overall thoughts, if we'd be happy if the Brewers got through one of those, or if we prefer traditional type, and just why we feel the Brewers have gone this long without a no-hitter. Great question, Mark. Thanks for submitting that. I'm all over that, but what are your guys' thoughts, Scott?
Well, the easiest answer is lack of quality starting pitching that can throw a no-hitter. Just thinking of like the closest ones, I remember like Ben Sheets coming close. I think he threw like 10 innings of one hit ball. And didn't Vlad Guerrero get like an infield single on a ball that bounced in the dirt? That was his only hit. It was ridiculous. Jamie Wright. And then I guess Odell Jones way back in the day took one to like something like that.
1988, Scott. Great reference. Wow.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, CC Sabathia nearly threw one, and some people think he should have been awarded one in 2008 on a very controversial call against the Pirates, a one-hitter.
Yeah,
and for you young Brew Review fans who were not born in 1987, that was the last time the Brewers did throw a no-hitter as a Milwaukee Brewer. That was Juan Nieves during the first week of April in 1987 during the Brewers' 12-game winning streak. Of course, start off that magical year. It was the last, and so that's been 31 years. Definitely overdue, I feel. Great question, Mark. I know Mark thinks it's easy to throw a no-hitter for some reason. I don't know what his detective research has brought him to think that. I know it does happen in Major League Baseball usually a couple times a year, but it really isn't that easy to do. And it's usually always one of those, when you get into those, 6th, 7th, 8th innings, you got that no-hitter. It's usually one of those pesky hitters that just get that hit off you to end it. But even near no-hitters, like you guys threw a couple there, but even those near no-hitters were at least a decade, if not several decades, Odell Jones ago. It's even perplexing me how the Brewers don't even throw near no-hitters. I mean, you got me. I don't know. It's a great question. It does seem like, Vince, you'd probably know this. I believe every single franchise thrown a no-hitter to this point? I know the Diamondbacks definitely got, had Randy Johnson.
I don't know about the Tampa Bay Rays, Craig. I know that one of the longest droughts for any franchise was the Mets until Johan Santana threw one a few years back. So I can't remember any other team. You guys know what the Rays did? Because I don't know about them.
About which team?
Tampa Bay.
San Diego Padres. That's the only
David Price.
that's not throwing it.
David Price throw one? I can't remember.
Scott, maybe by the end of this podcast, if you could have your quick email your new intern and Sapphire, and see if she can get those for us. Sorry, we forgot this ahead of time, but we Mark, this great question.
No, Craig.
Anyway,
Craig, it's right here. San Diego Padres are the only team that hasn't thrown a no-hitter.
Okay.
Wow.
Great work.
Great
work, Sapphire.
And they just,
wow.
And now they've been no-hit in multiple countries, so they just got no-hit in Mexico. Kind of embarrassing. So with that being said, it's been a while since the Brewers have actually been no-hit themselves, so that's a plus. I don't even remember when that was, but it's been a while. So
I think the game Justin Verlander no-hit us. I think we were all watching it together.
That's right, yeah.
2006, I want to say, Brewers against Detroit in an interleague matchup.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we're definitely proud of the Brewers going over a decade without getting no hit. That's pretty good.
Hey, Craig, I got actually 2 more fan mail emails. I don't know if we have time to go through them today, though, or not, or if we've got to punt them to next week.
Go ahead and throw them out there. Thanks, Sapphire, for getting those. At least throw one of them out there, Scott.
All right. They're both pretty quick and easy. It looks like it's from Karen and John in Milwaukee. They asked us – well, here, I'll throw out 2 questions and what they asked anyway. First, should the Brewers take a flyer on Matt Harvey? And second, when Corey Knable comes back, is the closer job his again, or will Hader or Jeffers be the closer, or someone else?
Oh, okay. Let's start with the Harvey question. Vince, you can start if you'd like.
I think that you got to take a look at a guy like Matt Harvey who's had some success in the past. I don't know where you plug him in at this point. I know you like Wade Miley a lot, Craig, but I would tend to think that Matt Harvey would be a better guest for future success than Wade Miley. I wouldn't hesitate to sign him. I think he'd be eligible to sign a minor league deal, correct? So we could bring him in perhaps on that, but you never know what other teams are going to offer. So if other teams are offering a more competitive deal or a major league deal, I wouldn't mind throwing him in that spot in the rotation currently occupied by Wade Miley.
Yeah, Absolutely. If there's a way for us to get him as a brewer and not cost us much, you know, I definitely even offer him a major league contract, and even that is to guarantee him a spot in the rotation for starters, just to get him under wraps. I definitely think he would upgrade. There's some concern about him being, you know, a little bit of a head case or a prima donna, I guess you'd want to say, from what I've read, I guess. So not necessarily too welcoming of that, but you know, from a pure talent level, I think that he'd be someone that you definitely want to take a shot on if you got the opportunity.
Yeah, I think that the more arms that you have in your system, the better. You know, we've already seen injuries on our pitching staff this year, and with Jimmy Nelson still being out, I could see Harvey being a fairly low cost acquisition, and who knows, maybe he steps right back to where he was a couple of years ago and can figure it out again in Milwaukee, especially again with Derek Johnson as our pitching coach and being able to work his magic.
Scott, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't. I'm totally fine with it because he does still have such a high ceiling. I don't know if he's ever going to be able to get back to his old form or not, but that's kind of why we take a look at him. But it'd be kind of foolish not to, I guess. I mean, the only negative is, if he gets blown up, you let him go again. And if he's like a problem in the clubhouse or anything like that, well, I guess that could kind of be a bad thing. But I think that stuff is typically overblown a little bit, especially with New York media. So to me, yeah, why not? I mean, the guy, I think if he's ever going to be motivated, now's the time, right? He's got to have a chip on his shoulder, and he probably wants to stay in the NL and face his old team, the Mets. So, yeah, why not?
Okay, and the second part of the question that asked me, again, thanks for the email, was about Corey Knable, whether or not he is guaranteed to get his closer spot back. I'll start by saying a couple of points. Number one, he was last year, he pretty much not only was an all-star, but he pretty much threw the best season a Brewer reliever has ever thrown. So you got to give him a little bit of a long leash because of that, even though, you know, due to injury. And then on top of that, even in his absence, I wouldn't say that, you know, obviously Josh Hader and Jeremy Jeffers are great pitchers for us, and especially this year. Neither of them really handed the closer role in his absence. Even they were both using those roles as needed basis. So I think the better question may be, do we think Corey Knable won't get his closer job back, but council will continue to go with the committee approach, or however we want to call it, or situational approach throughout the whole bullpen, including just having Knable in the mix? And I would answer that by saying no to all those questions, and that Corey Knable will be given his, you know, closer job back as soon as he's healthy.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Craig. I think it's Knable's job until he loses it on the field, not because of an injury. I don't know. I know that Jeffers has closing experience besides just a few games, you know, since Knable's injury this season, and I know Matt Elbers has closing experience. But that being said, you know, you don't just pitch a guy who was an all-star last year, who, like you said, was one of the most dominant relievers in baseball in 2017, and I would love to see all the guys kind of revert back to the roles that were envisioned for them at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I'd agree with your guys' assessment there. I think actually, like, Hader being that sort of fireman that comes in when things are kind of at their worst with the most high leverage situation, I think that's where your best pitcher actually should be. And I think your closer is probably going to be your second best pitcher, and I think that's Knable. So, yeah, I mean, the injury, I'll say this, though. He's not going to come back until he's 100% for sure. Like, we're going to take our time with him and not rush him back because our bullpen is so good that we have that luxury. So, yeah, let's get him good and ready and throw him back in the closer role.
And I'm not fearful that by him coming back and being inserted into any type of mix of the bullpen, it's gonna be the reason that it throws our bullpen into disarray and makes them not as good as they have been. I think that might happen anyway, but it's not going to have anything to do with Corey Knable coming back necessarily. I think it's just that there's no way they can sustain the most success that they've had thus far this season. So, all right. Well, thanks for the questions. I got those in, and now we still have time for our rapid 9 questions.
We might actually have to be a little rapid this time. Actually, we're a little bit behind, I think.
Well, you can still expound on your answers.
Okay.
It'll be okay.
Maybe we have about 10 minutes, right? I think we have about 10 minutes or so. All right. here we go. So we'll go around robin. Vince will start us off, Scott, and then I'll finish her up. All right, as we're into May here, name first inning. You guys name your April Brewer hitter of the month.
Boy, wow, that's a great question. I guess we haven't had too many good hitters. I'll go with, even with his injury, Eric Thames. I think he really contributed something vital to our lineup for the first month of the season.
Even with his injury, Christian Yelich, even with his injury, he contributed a lot to the first month of the season.
All right, I'll just say Lorenzo Cain. The second inning, you probably sure this is going, name your Brewer April pitcher of the month.
Josh Hader. No question.
Yeah, it can't be anybody else.
I'll say Jeremy Jeffers, so it obviously can be someone else.
Well, I said it couldn't, but yeah.
He has an ERA under 1. But anyway, I don't disagree with your assessment either. It is pretty telling that none of us picked the starting pitcher, so there's that. But all right, third inning. Okay, this is a situational thing.
Fielder of the month. Oh.
No, you're the Brewer pitching coach of the month. No, now you're the Brewers manager. It's the 13th inning, a game against the Cubs, and the Brewers have taken the lead, but you've already used your entire bullpen besides 2 guys who are available to you. Who do you bring in? Taylor Williams or Jacob Barnes?
Oh, I guess I would go with Williams because the Cubs haven't seen him as much.
How many runs are we up by?
1.
Yes, boy.
I'm going to go with Barnes now. Williams is still a little bit too raw. I don't want to see him walk a guy and give up a homer or something like that. Barnes will keep it on the ground at a minimum. So, we'll still lose from like 3 infield hits or something like that, but I'll say Barnes.
Yeah, also Williams will be in the minors by that point because we're going to probably need to replace him or replace him with Boone Logan. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I would have normally said Taylor Williams too because I think he's more talented, but because of what Vince just mentioned, Jacob Barnes, I think with a little bit more experience, probably do that. All right, let's see. Moving ahead to 4th inning only. Okay, getting outside the Brewers here. Name a current division leader that you think will miss the playoffs this year.
Just to anger you, Craig, I'll say the Diamondbacks. I'll say the Dodgers come back and win that division.
Fair enough. Got it.
Okay, so just for our fans, we got the Red Sox, the Indians, the Angels, the Braves, the Cardinals, and the Diamondbacks. And when you look at that, I'm going to say the Braves. That's a pretty good division, and Phillies, Mets, Nats could all potentially leapfrog them.
All right, I'll go with
better pick, Scott.
I don't know. They've got some great young hitters with Albies and Okuna or whatever. Yeah, they're an up-and-coming team. I'll go with the Cardinals just because of reasons. All right, 5th inning. It's been announced that White Sox announcer Hawk Harrelson is retiring at the end of the season. As a baseball fan and have ever listened to him, do you guys either like, love, or hate Hawk Harrelson?
Yeah, honestly, I respect anybody that's passionate about the game, but as far as his announcing goes, it drives me nuts.
Is he the guy with the worst catchphrase in baseball? Put it on the board?
Yes, correct.
Then yes, I hate him, and I'm glad to see him go. I'm sorry about that, but I'm sure he calls an okay game and whatnot, and he's okay. Like Vince said, I'm sure he's a great guy. Worst catchphrase in baseball. That's what does it. Sorry.
Yep.
Put it on the board. Yeah, terrible. And also this one I hate. He gone. I'm glad when he will be gone. But like I said, with all due respect, he gone. All right.
He'll be missed.
6th inning.
Else.
All right. This is back to a Brewer-related one. 6th inning. And kudos to Mark's question. assuming that the next brewer to throw a no-hitter is currently in the system, try to guess which brewer will throw the next no-hitter.
I mean, I have no idea, but our inside source, Tom Carter, who wants to remain anonymous, said Chase Anderson.
Like ETC? Vince? Scott?
Yeah, also, I don't think Tom, I think he wanted to go by Tom CRT Carter, but just to be anonymous, I think that's how that worked.
Yeah.
But, in our system, I don't know.
Wrap it, Scott.
I'm just, my default is Chase, then I guess. He's the best one up there. He'll be the soonest to throw one.
Chase has thrown a couple two-hitters, I think. We had one of our interns self look that up, but I think that it's been Chase for a couple two-hitters.
Nice. I'm gonna go with Corbin Burns, just because I have high hopes for the kid. But there'll probably be someone like Wyatt Miley just to piss me off. So probably like hopefully next week we'll see. All right, let's see.
That'd be awesome.
All right, 7th inning. We probably gotta make it a little faster. If you won a plane ticket for a weekend to go visit any MLB stadium that you could, which stadium and city would you pick?
I'm gonna go see San Francisco Stadium. I've not been there yet. And Scott, take your time. You don't have to make this as rapid as that was.
I'm just trying to think of a stadium that I would probably never make it to otherwise. And I hate to say it, I've been to a lot of them, and I wanted to go to one that I have not been to yet. Boy, this is going to pain me to say. I'd take a flight to New York and see a Yankees.
It's worth it. Great stadium.
Oh, God.
I mean,
I'm going to go with
you have to, at least once.
That's
Right?
okay. No other explanation needed. I'm going to go with Boston and Fenway Park. Haven't been there. I've been meaning to get there for over 10 years. Was supposed to go there, but then a friend of mine, I don't know, he got the swine flu and lost his phone for like 2 weeks or something like that, and we ended up not going. But anyway, yeah, I'd go with Fenway. All right, 8th inning. Let's see. What am I down to here? Oh, was that the 8th or 9th, guys?
I don't know. Craig, do you get seats on the Monster or not when you go there?
Oh, yeah, this is the 8th inning. Yeah, we get them on the Monster. Why not? As a kid, so this is pre-18 years old, name your favorite non-Brewer player growing up. Non-Brewer MLB player growing up.
Cal Ripken Jr. Definitely Cal Ripken. Who I ran into randomly on the street back in December in Washington, D.C. and had a talk with him for like 10 minutes. It was awesome.
Okay.
Favorite
Who's next?
Growing up, I really liked those late '80s, early '90s Braves teams. I was a big David Justice fan.
Oh, interesting. Mine was unfortunately Mark McGwire on the A's, not on the Cardinals, but on the A's. Yep. And
also, my runner-up is Eric Davis. I really liked him.
Nice guy.
Nice.
Great.
All right, last question. It's a two-parter. You got to make it quick. The Simpsons have a classic baseball episode called Homer at the Bat, where a bunch of 80s MLB players make cameos. What was your favorite player on that? And also name your favorite Simpsons character.
Jose Canseco, and he is my favorite Simpsons character.
Okay, Scott?
Let's see. I really liked it. We got like 5 minutes. I really like when Mike Scioscia works at the plant and then he gets acute radiation poisoning and he's laying in the hospital bed and he goes to Dr. Hibbert, will I be able to play softball tomorrow? And Hibbert just goes, by tomorrow you'll barely be able to breathe. So that was my favorite of that. And Bart's my favorite.
All right, I like the Don Mattingly where he burns kept yelling at him to get rid of his sideburns, and that's why he got kicked off the team. He didn't have sideburns. That was awesome. And then my favorite Simpsons character of all time is Ralph Wiggum. So
awesome. He was a character on Brewer fan too, wasn't he? Wasn't he a character on Brewer fan.net as well? One of our sponsors?
Possibly. Yeah, probably.
Probably.
All right. That wraps up this week. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Chad. Thanks, DC, and thanks, Sapphire, also for her hard work this episode. And I guess we'll come after this next week. We'll update you with another podcast coming up Monday. So in the meantime,
stay classy.
Ball bounds.
Oh yeah.
And no, they can stay classy. But anyway, yeah, go Brewers.
Stay classy or not? I don't know.
Should we stay classy or should we just kind of keep it real?
Well, at least stay classier than the Cardinals.
Yeah, fair enough.